What African country has a connection to Michael Jackson, a World Footballer of the Year winner, an American president, and the American Civil War? This is the country's flag. This is the American flag. You know why they look so similar? It's because this country was created by freed American slaves. I had no idea. The country's name is Liberia. Its capital is Monrovia, named after former US President Monroe, and I'm going to tell you why its origin holds many lessons for Black people all over the world, especially those in America considering going back to Africa. Pay attention. It was Michael Jackson that first made me aware of Liberia with his song Liberian Girl off the Bad album in 1987. Tough track. Then George Weah won World Player of the Year in 1995 and scored one of the craziest goals you will ever see when he ran the full field and put it in the bottom left. He went on to become president of Liberia and raised awareness about his country. But I never knew Liberia was founded as a result of an American initiative to repatriate freed slaves back to Africa over a century ago. African history is human history. We've spent so much time asking others to tell us who we are. We haven't done the logical thing. Take control of our own narrative. That's why I created my newsletter for all of us, to get us to think differently about how everything going on affects us, not just in history, but with technology, politics, culture, and media. There are two tiers, free and paid. The free tier is automatic when you sign up and you'll get light, fast-to-read posts about various topics. The paid tier is the most robust, with the premium articles and content that take the most time and have the most depth. Those who are already members of my official supporters group will get all of the paid newsletter posts anyway. You can go and read all of my free articles right now to get an idea of what I'll be doing. You can pledge today for either a monthly or annual subscription with the option to join as a special founding member if you really want to back what I'm doing. Our division is not by accident, it is by design. We're going to change that. An organization called the American Colonization Society sent ships from New York to West Africa in the early 1800s with the first settlers. It was hazardous as hell with a mortality rate of 40%. That was the highest recorded of any settlement in modern history. The thing is, there were already people on the land that was to be their new home, and they displaced the indigenous tribes to establish Liberia. Rather than take on the customs and language, they brought Christianity and American culture with them and imposed that on the people. This was the root of many of Liberia's future conflicts and rebellions. Liberia gained independence in 1847, with the United States maintaining a moral protectorate over the country, which protected Liberia from European colonialism, a fate that befell most Africans around them. In Liberia, the ruling class were called Americo-Liberians, made up of the freed slaves and their descendants. They held almost exclusive power in Liberia from 1847 to 1980 because of their connection to America. Damn, that is 133 years. That's a long time. Now, this is where it gets dark. Americo-Liberians practiced discrimination and subjugation against indigenous Liberians, mirroring the treatment they themselves had experienced in America. The League of Nations actually did an investigation in 1927 into allegations of slavery being practiced in Liberia. The stories were found to be true, and the president resigned. America played a role in this whole mess because it was their support of the ruling class that allowed that subjugation of the indigenous population to go on for so long. Liberia has faced many challenges, such as civil wars, devaluation of its currency, and even an Ebola epidemic. But Liberians are some strong people. I wanted to shine a light on Liberia and make sure Black America realize there's a country in Africa they're a major part of. This is a story every American should be taught. If you found this video informative, like, share, follow, and leave your comments. I definitely want to know what you think.